Hello YouTubers, today we're having a look at the Sony Digital-8 Handycam TRV238 unit. This is my latest pickup. Just zoom out a second. So yeah, this is a Digital-8 unit which I've just done the last sort of 2 or 3 videos recording with this. This is one of the ones that holds more value, or one of the few Digital-8 ones that holds more value for the fact that it can also play your older 8mm tapes. So this can play the Video 8 original ones, the high 8s, and then yeah, the Digital 8. So I've been doing, you can't record in the older formats, you can only record in the Digital 8 format, but it's the being able to play back the old tapes is obviously a massive benefit, and it's something that Sony eventually phased out, and then they just had sort of Digital 8 units, which I do have a few like that, where they can literally only play and record Digital 8. So yeah, it's a really nice unit. Nice bigger screen on this one. It's one that has stereo microphone on there. Also good steady shot, which is missing on some units, but this one, yeah, it really is all the works. Doesn't have as many sort of features or buttons than I think it's the 325, which is a slightly more, what seems to be a more popular one on eBay, and holds more value, and there's more sort of YouTube videos. I couldn't really find any videos on this model actually before purchasing it. I think there was just like one video that sort of was tagged as a name in there that sort of brought it up on YouTube search when I searched for the unit. Apart from that, no, I'd not seen anything. Black and white viewfinder on this model. This has night shot, obviously not the original night shot, so it's after they patched it so you can't use it outdoors. It doesn't cast too much of a light night shot on this unit. However, if you've watched the video that I did on there, going back to, I think it is, I've got a torch which also, which isn't a normal torch, and that massively boosts the infrared signal, so you can get sort of a good amount, turn this off, good amount of range out of it. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, just wanted to sort of show this sort of ports and everything on there. So you've got your USB, which is purely for photos. This isn't the model that has the photo. The model up here, this bit of plastic, which was obviously filled in on this unit. If you go up, there's a Sony memory slot one, and then you can sort of export those photos via that, but this you can't. So the USB on this one is purely for USB streaming, so you can actually use this as a high quality webcam. I mean, by today's standards not so much, but that feature was there, so it was a, you know, a very popular feature back in the day for that. This is the Firewire connection here, which is just DV out, so it's not an input on this model. And then you've got AV out for your standard TV connection, and then S-Video, which I can't think of, I've never used S-Video. But yeah, it's just wanted to sort of give a look around on here. It's one of the units that loads from the base, which I'd rather prefer the ones that are top loading. As I've said in quite a few videos, I find the ones that normally have the C32 aero and the like, and there's the Fuji tape that came with it. I've been recording on, and it's perfect. Yeah, the cameras that you tend to see, the C32 errors and stuff, seem to be the bottom loading cameras. That's just my experience, but yeah. Yes, no, very happy with this. It's in mint condition. I think it's one of those times where it's sort of a one-user deal, so they've owned it, and it's been in its bag a lot of its life, and it's, as a result, it's in very good condition. Yeah, infrared remote control on this unit. The good thing about this one as well, being a more high-end one, it's got a microphone input. The input mic on this is very good, to be fair. From a lot of videos I see on YouTube, even this microphone is better than that, just because back in those days these cameras had they're bigger, bulkier units, so the microphones as a result were better. And then you've got your standard headphone socket, and then LAN connection, or if that's how you pronounce it. Just to let you know what that is, because loads of YouTubers mention, I don't know what it is. It was a remote control feature, essentially, that allowed you to buy tripods, certainly from Sony and the like, and then those Sony tripods would have a cable that then plug into here, and that just gave you the the ability to zoom in and out and press the record button with this little remote control. So essentially it was just to add a remote control at a distance from the camera, so you didn't have to touch the camera as much. But yeah, don't think there's too much else to say. You've got a nice focus ring on there as well, which I love. It's nice to have a proper lens ring for focusing on any camera. And then you've got your focus button here, so you can press that, go into manual, and then use the ring. Backlight, so if you're recording somebody who's unfortunately got bright sun behind them or the light, press that and it will compensate for that and lighten up the darker areas of the video. You have fader options, so you can go on there and select if you want to have it fade in from black and white, or in from just standard, fade in from black. Edit search, that's if you want to check the last couple of seconds of your video. So if you're in the camera mode rather than VCR, you can just press the minus button. It will play back the last few seconds, just make sure you're not recording over anything. And then exposure, press that, and then you can go into manual exposure and then use the dial to turn it up and down. You probably want to see the menu, don't you? Let's load that up. So menu button there. Hope you can see that. Let's get the focus on that. Focus zoom in. So yeah, very bog standard menu you should expect from a Sony Handycam. Digital effects on there, all the standard stuff you would expect. Negative art, sepia and the like, black and white, slim, stretch, pastel, mosaic, all of those. Wide mode, if you want to put on there, it's just cropping it. There's no proper widescreen on this camera. Steady shot on and off, digital zoom, which I always turn off because it's always just makes the picture crap if you zoom in that much. Record mode, standard play and long play, and then audio mode, it's 12-bit and 16. Obviously I put it in 16 because it's the highest. 12-bit, if you're wondering why that was there as an option, if you record in 12-bit, it allows you to then dub the audio over your recording later, so that's why that's there. Where 16-bit you can't, or you can, but you'd have to do it in post. You couldn't do it on the camera itself. You'd have to do that in the editing side of things. But yeah, I thought I'd just show this camera properly in a HD video as well. I'm recording on the it's got the name FX1000. Oh, and then Toby's walked into shot, and at that point this is the end of the video. We'll end it on Toby. Hello Toby. Oh, good boy. Oh yes, you wanted to come in at the end of the video, didn't you? Right, speak to you in the next one.